So I want to tell you about the biggest mistake I ever made in trading. A few years ago, I thought I was a profitable trader, and I was at that time. But what defines a profitable trader? I thought that to be a profitable trader, you need a strategy that works. And that was checked. I had a strategy that works. I passed 5 prop firm challenges. I got a couple of payouts, and I thought that now I'm a profitable trader. I know what I'm doing, and it's only going to go up from here. I'm going to scale up, get more and more accounts, get larger and larger payouts. But then I got caught by surprise. Suddenly, I didn't get my setup. And then I waited. And then I got my setup, and it lost 2 times. And then I didn't get my setups for several months. And I thought, why doesn't this work anymore? And then I'm like, now I'm not a profitable trader anymore. So let me tell you about what no one talks about. People only focus on getting a strategy, and then they say that the market isn't going to change because humans follow patterns, and fear and greed drives the market, and it's always going to be the same. I saw a lot of mentors talk about this when I first started trading, and then I thought, that's amazing, that means my strategy is going to work forever. But it didn't. So what it actually means to be a profitable trader is to sit through the ups and the downs. The collapse in 2022 took a lot of people by surprise because everyone had the buy the dip mentality. The market always goes up, but then that didn't work anymore. So what usually happens is this: most traders find an edge, find a strategy that works, and they now think that they're in the 1% of traders, but they're not. You may be in the 10% of traders or the 5% of traders, because most traders never find a strategy that works consistently for them. So if you made it that far, then that's actually really good. But let me be honest with you, that's not going to make you a full-time professional trader in the long run. Because what do you expect to happen when the market changes and your setup doesn't work anymore? This is why you need to understand that this is a long game. You can't buy a strategy or copy someone else. You have to learn how trading and how the market works yourself, so that you are able to adapt to whatever market conditions that you encounter. Your setup is just an edge you have for maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 to 4 years, and then it's gone. Then you have to adapt. The thing is, most people get caught by surprise. They see that the setup doesn't work anymore and the market is changing, but they're not able to adapt. So I personally try to help as many people adapt as possible. I try to help people to tweak their strategy, to make changes, and to explain how the market is currently moving and changing. Because I've burned myself on this mistake myself by being too stubborn and sticking to my strategy. You need to follow your trading rules, but you also have to be adaptable and flexible in order to survive in this game. Because have you thought about why your edge suddenly stops working? And have you thought about how the market actually operates? The thing is, smart money, those who actually control the market, they can see all your orders. You can't see the orders, but they can. Your stop loss, your limit orders, your orders, it's all visible for them on the screen. And if suddenly a lot of people figure out an edge that works in a specific type of market, then that edge is going to be liquidity, because smart money can see all your stop losses lined up perfectly, and then they just tag them and you're out. This happens again and again, but you know why this happens? This happens because if it didn't happen, then everyone could make money from trading, because everyone could suddenly figure out a strategy that works. So that's why they make that strategy not work anymore, and you have to figure out something new. And I hate to see traders not be aware that smart money can actually see stop losses. So if they see too many people place a stop loss at a specific area, they simply are going to tag that area and stop them out. And I try to help people as much as I can in my Discord, which I have linked in my bio, where I always go over live market analysis every single day, and I tell people what I'm looking for, what you need to be aware of, which liquidity areas I want to see swept first. And in contrast to a lot of other gurus who just go through a lot of different stuff, I just focus on one pair, one session. And that's why I have an edge, because I observe that specific pair in that specific session every single day. So I always have an intuition and a gut feeling of what the market is most likely to do that day. I don't care about all the other pairs, all the other noise. I just focus on that pair. And that makes it simpler for me to identify changes in the market quickly before they happen. If I see that the market conditions change, I spot that immediately and I adapt. And people always think that trading is something that you should do completely on your own, but that's simply not how it works. Any successful athlete, business, whatever, artist, you name it, they're not lone wolves. They don't operate by themselves. They have a team, they have people around them which they can collaborate with, people who think differently than you, who can see things that you overlook, and vice versa. You can see things that they overlook. And I try to build a trading community where we can actually help each other, so that we can identify when something looks off in the market and things are about to change and the edge doesn't work anymore, so that you don't have to go through this cycle of I'm a profitable trader, then I'm suddenly not a profitable trader, and you just get confused and you get really frustrated and you blow all the capital that you worked so hard for. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the bio to join my Discord. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching or my specific trading strategy that I developed for 2025, which didn't work in 2024, but it works really well now, just send me a DM on Instagram and we'll take it from there.